Hello everybody, my name's Artendris, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. Last time, we were looking through some more of the stuff from Just Dire Things. We managed to get to the Ember Fuel and the Paradox Machine. Although we haven't managed to get, we haven't been able to use either on their own just yet. Those are the two things we needed for the ATM star though. So that is some pretty good progress right there. And in fact, it gives us some free time fluid stuff, so that's extra good. So yeah, time fluid, figuring out how this mod works, it's all pretty cool. I did go get more time crystals between episodes, so we should be able to do a little bit more with it. But anyways, between episodes, or more accurately last time, we went ahead and made another Draconic Reactor core. It's right there, it's already in place, and this thing is technically already up and running. Or I say that. This thing is ready to start as soon as I hit this button right here. I've spent the last hour in a test world, and looking at various things, trying to refamiliarize myself with how this mod works, or how this reactor works. So I have it set up so that this will take out 20 RF and input 50 right now. I guess it's 400. Nope, change that number right now. So 40,000 in, 20,000 out. And basically, I want to have that going until it is up and running, and then I slowly adjust this number upwards until eventually this should be at probably about 100,000 to the 40, or I might even be able to go to like 150 or something like that. But I just need to have these set at small values so that I can get the system running. If I see reactor containment field strength start dropping immediately, I am just grabbing the core with a cardboard box, like immediately, because there was no saving it. So let's see how this goes. Shut down. Oh, actually activate. I think it's actually fine here. It's fine here. Activate it. It saved itself. Containment field is going to go up. Core temp's going to start going up. I now need to pump out more fuel, I think. His generation rate was going to stay at 20,000. Input rate is slowly going to go up to 40. So I believe that with that, energy saturation slowly going to go up. Generation thing's going to go down. We can probably boost up this to keep that at 40. Now, I believe, once containment field goes up a little bit more, let's just go up to 30 with this. Generation rate will go up to 30. That still needs to make its way up to 40. So we're still fine there. And in fact, I can probably push this all the way up to... We're going to do small increments, 40, so they're now equal, meaning it should be no energy in, no energy out, although it's not going to work exactly like that just yet. Core temp's going to keep going up, but that's fine for now. This already does have a decent amount of chaos. All of the chaos that didn't get used to make the core, I just put into fuel conversion level. So this is going to be considerably more efficient when it comes to power production than like a basic one, I guess. 40,000, field input still going to keep going up. Does that mean I can probably push this up to... In fact, I could probably push this all the way up to like 100,000 right now and have no problems whatsoever. So 60, that's still not even close. In fact, I can probably bring this down to like 30 and still not have a single issue. Let's go 80. Yeah, this is how this system is supposed to be working. Like, we're producing almost over 3 times as much power as we're putting in. This is how it's supposed to work. I just couldn't get it working like this in our previous attempts, because I didn't quite understand the system. 80, this still isn't even close to the 40,000 it's supposed to be. It's time to hit 100,000. For a second, I thought I put 1 million, and that would have been a catastrophe. 100,000, we're still not even at 30. And basically, this is the system. It's a little bit of a mini game. I keep pumping up this number until eventually the 40,000 can't handle it. And then from there, I guess I didn't hit apply. My mouse is being a little bit finicky for some reason. So yeah, that's still not even hitting 40. Containment field is just going to keep going up. Energy saturation is slowly dropping. This is the system. I am so glad it is finally working. This should be gaining all of that power, except it is not for some reason. Where is all of this power getting stored then? I don't know. I should also turn on SAS, although I believe SAS turns off at 99% of this, so that will be bad as well. Seriously, where is this power getting stored? Because it's not going into here. All of this power must be immediately getting used to power something that is going right now, but what? I don't know. Hopefully whenever this thing hits like 2 million, it should start storing power instead of just running like this. Anyways, 200,000? Should again be no problem. Yeah, I could probably go like 300 or 400,000 and still barely hit that 400. But I guess putting in the chaos stuff before you start the thing is actually pretty decent. Like, it makes it run so much easier. Okay, there we go. Field input rate is above 40,000 now. But since generation rate has now hit 300,000, this will slowly drop back down to that 40 number, and all is good. Containment field will probably stabilize at about... Oh yeah, it's not even going to hit 55% containment field strength. That is perfectly fine. Like, at the lowest number I care about this being is like 20%. That's when it starts reaching like danger zone. But anywheres until then, that is basically energy I am not accessing because I'm scared to. So this is basically the game at this point when it comes to this thing. We're currently producing 300,000. It should get, this thing broke. The mod pack did update. There is some stuff changed in the mission trees and whatnot. Well, I'll have to take a look at what's changed in there at some point. Like, I think there's a couple new mods, and there's a couple new quest lines for a couple new mods, but what they are and how they work, I don't actually know. Let's see, what was it? There was one I saw. I don't even remember what the mod was called. I would have expected it to be in tech, but it's not. So I don't know. It must, yeah, Apotheosis Gear now has a section, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Anyways, 300,000, that's slowly falling. If I wanted to be, like, safe with this thing, I would boost this up to 50,000 when I boost this up to 400,000, but I technically don't need to, because I can just go like so. We're probably going to hit... Shut down. Shut down, shut down, shut down. Wherever the energy from this thing is going, it stopped going. Why did the energy from this thing stop going? I don't know. Field input rate is going up still. Why? Why? Fly 30,000, so you should be getting less fuel, less power at this point. Core temp's dropping. As long as core temp's not rising, I think it's safe. But where is the energy from this thing going? And why is it not actually going where I want it to? Like, it's going into the flux network, that's for sure. And the flux network should... Yeah, this should be pulling out, like, a lot of power. Like, let's just put that at 80,000, like, avoid doing the bypass limit thing. Okay, so now this thing is losing a bunch of power. Maybe this bypass limit thing was, like, breaking things. So this should be putting in about 80 million FE into the system. Bypass limit, let's also set this to that number. 800. 80 million in, 80 million out. That should cover everything without doing that, like, whatever it was. So, same amount in, same amount out. What is going on with the flux network, though? This thing should be able to pump out as much as possible. So, it was running. We saw it running. but why did it stop running? I'm gonna leave this unloaded when I leave now, but, where's my waypoint thing? We saw it work! Why did it stop working? We finally had it working! Ah, come on. I'm beginning to... I seriously dislike this. Is it the Flux network? This might be a case of the Flux network. Because I tried a couple of things in, like, the test system I was doing, but it just wasn't working great either. Let's see, this Flux controller... Is the Flux controller the thing that goes into me? Enables wireless charging from me. Where is the Flux plug here? Well, let us see. Flux block, plug, flux point, flux controller, basic flux. We have Herculean, although we should probably get Gargantuan. Oh, I'm in cheat mode? Why am I in cheat mode? I don't remember being in cheat mode. I really don't know. Why did that just stop working? Uh, Network statistics, storages, controllers, points. Is it really just the case that the power in and the power out was having problems? I don't know. Why? Transfer limit on these is only 120,000. Is that part of the problem? Like, if these things bypass limits, what happens? Like, we're currently storing 48 in it. These things have 16 million apiece. I don't know. Basically, I just try turning the thing back on and hoping that doesn't happen again. Sadly, that does mean going back to the beginning of the whole process, having this at 30,000 and having this at like 30,000 as well. Like this thing still has plenty of energy saturation, so if I charge it up, the containment field is just going to go back up to 50, and then core temp will go back up to 2,000. Let's have this thing at 50,000. 60? Like, I'm being a little bit risky with this, but I really just need to understand why it stopped working. I think I should be able to react in time if it stops working altogether. So, field inputs, I'm actually going to have only at 20, because it's already there. 20,000 there. Containment field will hit 50 pretty soon. Actually, this will go up to like 25, I think, before that happens. This is a very risky test I'm about to do here, which is why we have the cardboard boxes, but I really need to know. I have a feeling it's the Flux network. Either that or it's because this thing's like sort of messed up a little bit. So let me deactivate and reactivate this thing. Okay, it's still messed up there. There's plenty of energy stored in it. Energy should be going into this thing. And in fact, maybe I should have this thing set up at like 800 million, although it's only doing output of that right now. And the other one is just going to stay at 80 million. Like, there's probably no reason I'll ever need that much energy in and out, but I just need it set up to work. Except energy is now no longer... I don't understand it. I don't understand the way these two mods are actually interacting with each other. It's just kind of doesn't seem like it works, period. I don't know. This thing is also on bypass limit, so this thing should be taking just about all the energy and sending it to me. Oh, these things are completely drained at this point. Come on. I'm gonna load the backup. I'm gonna load a backup before I messed with everything, because now everything's messed up again. 1 second. Okay, so I didn't actually reload. What I did was I just changed how this works a little bit. This is now 8 million in from the Flux network. Meanwhile, this one is energy out into the Flux network. But what I have done instead is I have attached these with the Draconic energy IO crystals instead, and I have added another input thing. So this thing now pumps energy into there. And actually, none of the other wrenches work to actually, with these things like they're supposed to. Like, you can't change input or output. But the configurator, for some reason, does, which is weird. But, oh well. I guess it works. What works, works. Anyways, any energy from this thing should now immediately go into the energy thing, and then energy from that should be moved elsewhere, and then that just stores energy from everywhere as well. But mostly, it's just going to come energy from this place. Anyways, this is ready to activate. It is currently pumping out 60,000 and pumping in 20. Or it should be pumping in 20. Currently, it's at 27. To be safe, these should be the same number, or close to it. So I'll have that at 40, just in case. Anyways, activate. Containment field's gonna go up. Generation immediately hits 60. Field input's gonna take forever to get anywhere close. And energy is flowing out properly. I believe that also immediately affected that as well. So let's just jump to 100. Energy, that is now getting energy as well, or it's very barely losing energy. Energy is there, that's fine. Energy saturation is slowly there. I believe, for well and truly, the final time I believe I can say this, I believe that I have this thing up and running properly. It only took how many attempts? Like, a very silly number of attempts. Anyways, there's that. 300. Let's just boost this to 300. That's the same number. 300 million. Cool. Generation rate, field input rate. Okay, that's now above where it was set. So with this, basically, this just keeps running, and I keep adjusting this number. I feel relatively safe going up to 500,000, but I'm just going to keep doing 100,000s instead. But I also did that way too early. I should have let field input rates stabilize back to 400,000 first. But I'm feeling too confident now, and this is working. So SAS will turn off if the temperature gets too low, but I really want it to be too high when it stops, but that's not how it works. Anyways, this will just run. I feel confident now to go ahead and reclaim this area and set this area to be force chunk loaded. Cool. Now that I feel safe enough to do that, I should also set this thing back up to run as well. Although I have to double check that it is working currently fine. Fissile fuel, I still have plenty of that saved up. And coolant, I believe, is still set up fine. Like, I want to say I have, like, bunches and bunches of it actually saved up. It's been too long since I had this running either. But I don't see any immediate signs. Rate limits currently set at 0.1. Oh yeah, I was being safe with it. Set to 1. Fissile fuel and sodium are not going down. Heating rate's fine. These things are now getting nuclear waste. These things are building up plutonium relatively quickly. The polonium isn't building up, but the plutonium is. Sodium, we're slowly going to start working through, but we have plenty saved up. Same with fissile fuel. And this whole system takes a bunch of energy. That's why we stopped it running. We are still building it up. And the reactor is running just fine. Hold on, how does SAS work? Semi-automated shutdown. When enabled, the reactor will automatically shut down when temperature drops and when saturation reaches 99%. This can be used to automatically shut down your reactor in the event of a malfunction or just when it needs to be refueled. Okay, yeah, so when it runs out of energy, core temp, it should stop producing energy if it runs out of fuel. So SAS can just stay on for now. Containment field stabilized. And that's rising again, so energy saturation will go back up eventually to 99 and be stopped, so maybe I keep SAS off. Apparently there's some mod called like CCTV or something like that, at CC. I think it's the CC tweaked I believe that that's like a full computer system that you can hook it up to like all the various pieces of it and run like actual pieces of code to make things work. I saw someone had set that up so that they could just set it to like turn off immediately on this parameter being this low or this one being too high. So that most of it goes way over my head. It will take way too long for me to figure that out. I just wanted a working Draconic reactor, and I believe I finally have it. Oh my goodness, it took way too long. This should... Hold on, what are we looking at here? Fuel input's almost there, so I can probably boost this up to 500,000. Although we're to the point where that could be risky. What I probably should do is boost this to 45,000, probably. I know I've gone through a lot of these mods already. But I'm really excited that I could actually get it working, and I actually got it working on video, so that's the exciting part here. Okay, I didn't raise that quite enough, but raising it to 45,000 is basically just a bit of a safety measure anyways. I spent an extra 5,000 for an extra 100,000 is essentially. Anyways, this is slowly going to build up. We have enough power to do whatever we want. I just need to make sure all of these stayed fueled up, which they are not because we're out of uranium there. I believe sodium is more or less automated. I don't think I have to worry about that at all. The only reason I'd have to worry about sodium is if I started running this thing faster than I am. And at this point, plutonium is building up. Eventually, that will reach the next one. And now that it's turning daytime, polonium should start building up as well. Cool. It's finally working. That's finally working. This is finally working. I'm just going to keep an eye on things for a little bit longer, and I guess fill up these things. I just want to stay in this area for a little bit longer before we head back and start looking at more of the just dire things stuff real quick. So I'll see you in a moment. Ooh, I'm messing with things. Oh, that was almost bad. So it wasn't actually the super scary reactor that's messing up right now, at least. This one, it's still going strong. It's finally stabilized at about 23%. If I want to boost the output anymore, I'm going to have to boost the input just to be on the safe side. But I have been messing with this number right here, the rate limit, in order to try and boost production of our plutonium and our polonium a bit more. So I've been messing with it. And so far, if I go down to like 10 real quick and restart this thing, sodium is never going to drop. Like, sodium is never going to drop below 8 million, and fuel is actively still going up. But if I boost it all the way to 18, like the maximum this thing can run, sodium will start falling. And I did not realize this until I looked in, and sodium was at 0. Or very quickly approaching 0, and I just barely got scram off in time. I'm just gonna sit at 12. I might be able to push it to like 14 or 15, something like that, but I do not have enough trust that will not immediately make it go nuclear or make it go into meltdown. So I'm not gonna do that. We do have a decent amount of polonium and plutonium saved up now, but I don't think it's enough yet. But now that it's running, we should be able to make it there. And actually a fun little side effect of finally having good power production going on means we can run this, which means this is now running permanently and is also producing another 75k. So this is obviously going to be way more efficient, but this thing running does mean we get extra power elsewhere as well. Anyways, I'm feeling a lot more confident that I can just sort of let these keep running. Energy saturation is eventually going to get there, but it's going to take a while. In fact, it might even stabilize at like 98 something at some point. I don't know. But I don't actually need the extra power right now. That thing should auto turn off eventually. This thing's never going to be filled up just from that speed, or it's going to take like actual millennia. This thing is still going strong. I think we're good. I don't know if I actually get any sort of warning that the thing has been has gone cataclysmic. I know I know I get like a warning if I'm close. I'm not sure if I'll get a warning all the way out here. That's what I'm scared about. I'm going to hope it's fine though, and that if anything happens, it gets auto shut off. Anyways, just dire things. Now let's see. We have the paradox machine. I would love to know how this thing works. So let's look up the entry for this thing. I definitely got distracted from what we were already working on. Okay, it allows you to take a snapshot of an area. Thank you, backup. That's actually really good right now. Recording the entities and blocks that exist at the moment you click it. This machine can rewind time to the point where those things existed. Place the machine in the world and designate an area of effect like with most advanced machines. Haven't done that once, so I don't know what that actually means. Second, place any block, raw ores only, or entities, zombies, cows, etc., into the area of effect that you'd like to save. Finally, click the snapshot button. Now we'll need a significant amount of both power and time fluid. After clearing the area of blocks or entities, activate this machine. The blocks and entities you've cleared will be restored. I will allow you to toggle between each of them. It doesn't exactly revert to entities and blocks from a previous point in time. It's more like grabbing from a different universe, so they might be slightly different. Cool. The misuse of this creates a paradox, and that is really bad. So, we have time fluid, we have all that stuff. I think the other quest in here says a bit more about it. Here it is. It gives us timey-wimey stuff going on, and we get instantly frozen up because of it. It can, for a price of a lot of power and time fluid, will take a snapshot of blocks and entities in the designated area, then it can duplicate it. Lots of blocks and entities are blacklisted by configs, so no duplicating bees. I literally could not find the config that shows what's blacklisted and what's not. As try as I might, I could not find that info. Do I have a flux? I have a flux plug. That's not really what I want. I need a flux point, don't I? Do I have any left over, or... Come on. Let's see, flux points, none in here. There's the extra. I made an extra one of these for the thumbnail last time. I know I have everything I need to make more inside the computer network. I was just hoping not to need to. I need a flux plug, receives. I want a flux point. Where's my stuff to make flux points? Why is it so laggy right now? Come on. Thank you. Flux point. There it is. Provides energy. Oh, I need 4 more of these things. Thank you. And now give me the flux point. Thank you. So this thing, let's just set it up over here. And I'm just going to try and get a feel for it. This, of course, gets set up to the network. I'll give this thing a bypass limit because I don't know how much energy this thing needs. So, set that up there. This thing needs 10 million FE and it needs 16. I need to go home and sleep so that I can stop this rain because I don't think that's helping the lag. Okay, I turned off the rain. Hopefully this will work. So radius, let's see, let's just set everything to 0 right now. So right now it will only snapshot this block right here. If I set it to radius 1, I believe it will now snapshot both of those blocks, if I'm right. Offset 0, off. Okay, radius around it, radius in front of it. So if I just go like this and then just keep doing X, it will now do 4 blocks around this in this thing, but there's nothing in there to currently copy. Let's say I just do like that. It will now try to copy the energy. Or, no, the energy pylon isn't a raw ore, so that's not going to work anyways. Let's see. What if I just randomly go grab... I feel like trying to duplicate one of our dragons would be a very bad idea and would probably end with the game crashing, so let's not do that. Plus, they're probably turned off anyways. But this camel friend over here, for instance, just grab one of these. There we go. Grab the lead. Grab our camel friend. So let's say I like block this thing in here with this, not the skulk, because that's kind of annoying to pick back up. Let's do it with the oak pieces. Oh, that explains the lag. It was still backupping because the backup takes like ages. So, this should now be like a little area. And in fact, it will also pick up these blocks, or it should at least, if I don't set it to ignore them. Can camels fit in 2x1? The answer is no, apparently. Now it's currently saving the world. Oh, the answer is still no, but not for the reasons I thought it was. Okay, so that, doop doop, doop doop. This should do, and then I can just readjust the size. So let's say I put a camel in here, and I want the camel to be duplicated. Cool. So set this to radius of 2. It doesn't even need to be 2, like 1.5. Offset this less. There we go. So it's set to the right size right now, and then I want it to be set, Y. Is that right? No, that's not really right. I kind of want it to be like half a block and then down by 1. And then, Z, once again, 1.5 blocks. There we go. So we'll copy this whole cube right here. So air cost, fluid cost, speed. It's not actually registering anything yet. There we go. It now has time fluid in it. So will it actually tell me what it would actually try to use here? Revert blocks and entities, revert blocks, revert entities, revert both, render paradox, speed in ticks, snapshot area. Okay. I mean, this thing's going to need a lever as well, because that's what all of them needed. And we're just going to attempt this right now, but I don't know if it's going to work. So, 1 time fluid, camel's in there. I have no idea if this has been snapshotted now. Fluid cost 50 millibuckets. If I now take out the camel, in 20 ticks will it try to recreate it? Fluid cost 50 millibuckets. No. Put the camel back in there. Do both. Snapshot, pulse, ignored, low, high. Render area's fine. Okay, so is this area snapshotted? Nope, both snapshot. Now, if I click this lever, will it happen? Oh! Hold on. So our camel friend is here. Okay. But that is technically the same camel I have in this imprisonment tool. So it will just get returned immediately for the cost of some time fluid. Can I see it happen again though? Like, if I grab this camel. Okay, it seems like it doesn't happen until I put a Gios on a camel, so that I can't even test it with that. Anyways, let's just grab this camel here, place it back down, the camel gets put back in, and it's fine. Okay, cool. So let's just turn this off. So if I now go ahead and like place down this camel, it gets deleted. The camel here is fine. You can just go here and you can go back where you were. Cool. So this won't work as just like a go ahead and duplicate bees infinitely sort of thing. They do just return to baseline again. But let's say I put in... What's a mob that I would want to like grind in here? I suppose stasis chamber, wither set on there. I think there's actually an auto right click / auto left click thing as well. So what I think you could technically do is have this permanently set up, constantly pumping in time fluid. Have a wither constantly set up in here, just completely stuck, unable to move. And then through like a whole nonsense chain, have an auto clicker, auto summon, auto kill set up that will just permanently get you nether stars or something. I think that is technically in the realm of possibility. Hold on. It says something about raw ores. So let's say Stella Arcanum's going to is going to blow up, but that's the one I would want to try this with because I think it's the only raw ore I currently have. Let me go try and find diamonds or something real quick. I'll make a quick trip to the mining dimension, find a diamond ore, and bring it back, and we'll see if that works. So, I came to double check the reactor real quick, and the one I was scared about blowing up is fine. This one's running perfectly fine. The other one, not so much. There's currently some amount of nuclear radiation going on. I don't think it's that bad. I think we're still fine. No idea why this thing blew up. I really wish I could just figure that out. The fissile fuel is fine. I very much doubt that became an issue. Like, for whatever reason, whenever I leave the area around this place, like, even if it's force loaded in, I can only run this thing while I'm babysitting it the whole time. It's really annoying. Anyways, we did get some polonium and whatnot, so that's fine, at least. I'll fix it later on. It's just annoying. It's not that major of a deal. But anyways, I did find a bunch of diamonds. So let's just delete all the wood blocks real quick. I don't believe this is turned on. That should not be snapshotted right now. And let's just go ahead and fill the entire thing with diamond blocks. I have 14 of these ones, and then I also have a decent amount of emerald ones to spawn right now, which is fine. I think I need emeralds as well. So that is currently fixed up there. Snapshot area. Fluid cost 0 millibuckets. Turn it on. Fluid cost 0 millibuckets. So if I break an emerald right now, it immediately repairs it. 700. Okay, so it's immediately getting rid of everything. Let's set this up to... Do I really, game? Okay, that's not a great design decision. Fine, let me just sit here and click until it hits 100. I need enough time to break every block here. Anyways, I don't want those emeralds or anything to get immediately sucked in anywheres. So this thing, I'm just going to do that. So diamonds and emeralds are not getting put in there, and the thing is turned off on this. Cool. So everything has been mined. For every single bit of time fluid that was in here. It can't even do partial. If it can't afford the whole thing, then all of it will disappear. Which means I'm going to have to go get all those ores back again. Okay, so basically what you want to do is you want to get, like, 100 millibuckets, 100 buckets worth of time fluid stuff. You want to put it in a tank and constantly pump it in here. And then you kind of want to set this up like that. Like, have, like, a wall of diamonds. Or maybe it would be better just to have, like, super fast 1 diamond just constantly being regenerated. Like, it seems like it's 50 millibuckets per block, so it's always going to do that. Okay. So, obviously, I'm still missing a bunch of the other pieces I need for the pulsating black hole, so we'll just hold on to that thing for now. It didn't quite go as I wanted it to. Let's just say that, I guess. Anyways, you can go in there. I guess I didn't have any raw titanium in here. Weird. I could have sworn I would have had some at some point. But, cool. At this point, we have the working Draconic reactor. We know how the paradox machine works. It just don't really have the resources to run it constantly right now. I do have some time crystals, and I do have the thing going right now. In fact, it's probably... Oh, no, it's still going. I really wish there was a way to get more of these things, because right now I have 16 and can get thus 16 blocks. I had blocked it off so that I avoided using up too much of the energy on various things, so it would guarantee 1, which is probably still better, but I don't know. But anyways, looking at the time, that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. It's also pretty late at night now. I we finally have the reactor working. And then the other one blows up for no apparent reason. So cool. Can't believe it. And you know what? I say I can't believe it. I 100% believe it. Like, this is 100% how my luck works. But anyways, I'm going to turn this thing off before I close the game, I think. I do not know if I trust how this thing will react on reload. I do have backups. If this thing blows up immediately upon reloading the game, I will be loading a backup. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members. Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Star-Filled Void, and the Phantom Knight. Thank you three so much for the extra support. So for real now, take care, everybody.